Hello, welcome to my channel. This has been a long time in the making, but welcome. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I've been giving myself reasons for the last 6 years as to why I shouldn't be doing this, and honestly, I just ran out of excuses. So here I am. I'd love to share my practice with you, and thank you so much for being here. So with that being said, we'll get started. If you can come to a comfortable seat, that can be cross-legged or with your legs out in front of you. Find a spot that just feels comfortable to you, where you can just arrive and find a sense of grounding. Placing your palms on your knees and closing the eyes down. We're tuning into the breath for just a moment. Don't try to change the breath, just notice the rise and the falls in the chest as you inhale and exhale. Find a sense of settling as your seat bones touch the mat. Notice that with each inhale, you can elongate your spine a little bit more. And with every exhale, just softening into where you are. We all have busy days and busy lives, so thank you for taking the time to join me with this practice. And I hope that by the end of it, you just feel a little bit more space and a little bit more fluidity within the body. So with that being said, on your next inhale, raise both arms up. Dropping your right hand all the way over towards the right, leaning over for a stretch in your side body. Holding it here, keeping a bend in your right elbow that's touching the mat so you can find a little bit more depth and stretch into the side body. Sending your breath into your rib cage every inhale and then softening with every exhale. On your next inhale, coming all the way up to center. And on the exhale, dropping your left hand over towards the left, leaning over. Again, find that sense of pushing into the mat to find more of an arc within the side body. But also softening at the shoulder so that you can find a little bit more depth. Focusing on the breath here. And on your next inhale, coming all the way up in center, dropping your hand over to the right once more, and this time as you bend over, your next inhale, opening up the chest, stacking of the shoulders here, and on your exhale, we're closing and rounding in. Inhale, opening up, and on the exhales, we're closing, tucking your chin to your chest, rounding. Notice the feeling in your spine as you close and round. With that opening, finding space. Next time you inhale, coming all the way up to center, and we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So dropping your hand over towards the left, and then closing in. On the inhale, we're stacking the shoulders, opening up the chest, looking towards the ceiling. And on your exhales, you're closing and rounding in. A few more like that. Coming all the way up to center, interlace your palms in front of you, push the world away, tucking your chin to your chest once more as you find that curvature in your spine. The next time you inhale, raise both arms up, pushing your chest out, and exhale, curling and rounding in. Moving through that at your own breath, in your own time. Bringing your hands back to your knees, and we're just going to rotate at our hips here. So just rounding, circling. You can bring your shoulders into this, bring your head and neck and your back as you find a little bit of mobility within the spine. We're just waking up our body at this moment. Wherever you're joining me, you may have had a busy day. You may have been sat at a desk all day. You might not have had much movement, or it could be the first thing in the morning. So we just want to notice everything that's going on with our body If you haven't already, change the direction of your circles. And coming to center. Rolling over your knees to find all fours position. Coming into your tabletop all fours position. We're going to do our slightly more traditional posture here where you're dropping your belly, lifting your head. This is our cat-cow motion. Curling at the spine, pushing the floor away. Notice how as we move through our cat-cow this time, you can feel a little bit more space within your spine. Remember, one breath, one movement. Coming back into a neutral spine. We're placing our left palm down on the mat. We're twisting open towards the right. Feel that sense of stacking on the shoulders once more. And with every exhale, we're threading the needle. So actively bring your ear towards the mat and then push the floor away once more. Exhales, we're curling, rounding in, looking over your left shoulder. And on the inhales, we're opening, finding space in the chest. This time to hold it, bringing your right arm all the way through, placing your right ear towards the mat. Option to walk your left palm in front of you. You can tent your fingertips and push the world away to find a little bit more of a twist here. Breathe. Bringing your left hand right underneath your shoulders once more and push into the mat, opening your chest all the way up. Right arm goes high. And on the exhale, bringing your right arm back down towards the mat. We'll do the same on the opposite side. So left arm goes up. Exhale, thread the needle under your right shoulder. Push the floor away. Each time you come down, there's a little mini press up there on the right palm. As you push the floor away, we're keeping it active. This time to hold it, placing your left ear to the mat. Option again, if you want, you can walk your right hands forward, tent your fingertips and push into the mat. You can find a little bit of a twist here. Looking under your right armpit. Just feel that sense of opening in the lower back as each vertebrae starts to soften and find space. Walking your fingertips, if you did, all the way back under your shoulder, pushing the world away once more. Open up, stacking the shoulders. And on the exhale, bringing your left palm back down to the mat. You're back in your tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes, moving into our first downward facing dog. It's the first time we've been here, so feel free to pedal out your dog. You can walk your dog. You can add some twist variations. Some waves if you want to roll through the spine just a little bit to get into the lower back. And then when you're ready, just finding a little bit of stillness in your downward facing dog. Whatever that looks like to you, you can keep your knees bent. We're not focusing on alignment here. We're focusing on what feels good. What is it that your body needs today? Can you come back to the breath throughout this practice if it gets a little bit challenging? Can you tap into your nervous system and let it know that we're okay? Dropping your left knee to the mat. Drop it wherever it lands, stepping your right foot towards the back left corner, opening up towards your side plank. Finding an arc in the side body as you charge in to your back foot. And notice again how you can breathe into your side ribs. Can you send your breath into this part of your body? Looking down towards your left palm, realigning so that you can shift your weight onto your left arm, raise your right leg up. Pulse it there, dropping it to the floor, raising it up. And the next time you raise your right foot up, can you crunch it in? Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Hello glutes. We're just stepping forward towards the front of the mat, finding your low lunge here. So just ripple and roll for a minute. Apologies for that. I just want to actively work your glutes as we move through this practice. Okay, and finding your low lunge when you're ready. Push the floor away. And on your next exhale, we're cactusing the arms, bending into that front leg. And inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, cactus the arms. Twice more like that. The next time you inhale, dropping your left hand down, bending over towards the left side. Find your side body. Find your side stretch here. And then tuck your back toes, placing both hands down towards the mat, and you're opening in your wide-legged forward fold. From here, option to use a block if you want to, placing your left arm down, right arm all the way up. Exhale, placing your right arm down, left arm all the way up. Coming back down, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, dropping your head and neck. Find a sensation of sinking into the mat. You can keep a bend in your knees to help you find a little bit more depth and stretch here. You come onto your forearms or a headstand here if it feels good. And on your next inhale, ripple, roll the spine, coming up one vertebrae at a time. As you inhale, arms reach. And exhale, stepping towards the top of the mat. Tadasana. Placing one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Noticing the breath. Closing the eyes down. Where does your mind wander to when things get challenging? When we're moving through the unknown? Does your mind start to wander? Do you question yourself? How is that narrative in your own head? Can you talk to yourself with a sense of compassion, with connection and intention? On your next inhale, raise the arms up, Ardha Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back into your plank position. Lower down, option to drop to your knees here. Coming all the way down onto your chest. And inhale, upward dog or cobra. Tucking the toes. On the exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. 2 breaths here. Inhale, bringing your right leg all the way up towards the sky. You can drop your knee, twisting it open, looking under your right shoulder. And on the exhale, stepping your foot forward, warrior 1. Plant your back foot. Dropping your hands back down to the mat, stepping back, bringing your left leg all the way up to the sky. Dropping your knee over towards your glute, opening up to the left side. And then stepping your left foot all the way forward, warrior 1 on that side. Plant your back foot, inhale. On your next exhale, plant your hands down, stepping back into your downward dog once more. Dropping, we're going straight into a sequence on our opposite side. So dropping your right knee this time, twisting it over towards the long side of the mat. Stepping your left foot towards the right corner of the mat. And on the inhale, we're opening, stacking our hips, finding your side bend. arcing through the spine, pushing the floor away as you find a little rainbow here. Shifting your weight more into your right palm as you lift your left leg up. Pulse it here. Next time your left foot comes up, crunch it in, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Stepping it all the way forward towards the front of the mat, realigning your back knee, finding your low lunge here. On the exhale, cactus in the arms, slight back bend. Inhale, push the floor away, and exhale, we're cactusing. Finding a little bit of a depth here in the hips and the back bend each time you come down. The next time your arms come up, dropping your right hand towards the mat, leaning over towards the right, left arms high, finding a stretch in the side body, looking towards the mat, planting your left hand all the way back down, tuck your back toes, find your wide-legged forward fold. You can move through this if you want to do a Skandasana variation as you bend into one leg and bend into the other. If you have tight hamstrings or hips, feel free to just floss in and out if it doesn't feel good to find stability. And then when you're ready, take an inhale, push the floor away, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, soften. Dropping your head all the way towards the mat. Doesn't matter if you reach the mat on your forearms or your head or your hands. It's completely fine wherever you are in space. Just see if you can cultivate the sense of gravity pulling you down. A sense of softening as you draw further and further towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend at the knees, coming all the way up to center. Ripple, roll your vertebrae as you come all the way up to standing. Exhale, standing up towards the top of the mat. And soften here. Can you interlace the hands behind you? Roll your shoulder blades down by your back, bringing your interlaced hands towards your right hip. From here, dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder and feel that stretch within the neck on the left side. Coming back to center, we'll try that on the alternate side. So bringing your interlaced hands towards your left hip, dropping your left ear to your left shoulder, and you'll find the stretch on the opposite side. Feel a sense of pulling your right shoulder down your back. Okay, inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your downward facing dog. Option to move through a vinyasa if you want to at this point, or you can stay in downward dog. From here, dropping your left knee towards the mat, twisting open towards the left, opening up, and your right foot goes all the way back, finding that side plank once more. This time we're going straight into crunches, so crunching your knee all the way up to your elbow, open it up, push away. Inhale, crunch it in. Exhale, open. 2 more like that. And the next time your knee comes to your elbow, swing your leg forward, step it towards the front of the mat. You're realigning your back foot, tucking your back toes. We're coming all the way into our high lunge this time. Inhale, push the world away, and exhale, cactus the arms, dropping your back knee as well as the front. Inhale, pushing the floor away. Exhale, cactusing. You can find a back bend slightly every time you exhale. Dropping your left hand down, right arm goes all the way over. Keep a bend in that front leg as you lean over towards the left side, looking down towards the mat, twisting open into your wide-legged forward fold. This time placing your left hand down, right arm all the way up towards the sky. And on the exhale, we're curling in. It's a thread the needle variation. So actively pushing the world away. And on the exhale, curling and rounding. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, curl and round. One more time. This time's a hold. So you can grab onto your left shin if it feels good. You can also find a bind with the left hand. Bring it around to grab your right inner thigh. Find the twist. Amazing. Bringing your left palm back down towards the mat. Right arm goes all the way open. One more time. All the way down towards the mat. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So left arm goes up. On the exhale, we're actively threading the needle. Inhale, open up. Thread the needle. You can find a bend in the knees if it feels sore to lock them out. That's absolutely fine. And then this time to hold, grabbing onto your right shin. Option again here, if you did on the opposite side, you can find the bind here. Twisting over towards the right. It's quite a deep hip stretch here. So can you tell your nervous system to soften in these moments of tension? Can you find comfort within the discomfort? Okay, dropping your hands back down towards the mat. Keeping a bend in the knee as you ripple and roll your spine all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms go high. On the exhale, we're turning into our warrior two. So your front foot should face towards the front of the mat. And keep your back foot aligned with the back short side of the mat. Opening up your arms up, looking towards your fingertips. Find your warrior two. On your next inhale, you can flip your palm, reverse your warrior. And exhale, finding your side angle. So placing your elbow towards your knee, charging through your back foot as you raise your arm up over your head. Inhale, cartwheeling the arms back to your warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Cartwheeling the arms, your warrior two, reverse. This time, looking forward, you can bring your elbow towards your knee as you step slightly further forward. Option again, if you have a block, you can use it. We're coming into our half moon stance here. So charging your foot, looking down towards the mat, opening up. And then dropping your left foot slowly towards the back of the mat to find your warrior two once more. Again, reverse. An opportunity to find that half moon again. So looking towards the mat, you know where we're going. Finding that half moon. Amazing. Dropping your foot towards the back of the mat once more to find your warrior two. And then simply stepping forward into your Tadasana. Bring your hands to prayer. Take a breath. Notice how when we move through balancing postures, the tendency to hold our breath is immense. We are all guilty of it, even me. I absolutely love to hold my breath when I'm moving through a balancing posture, but we shouldn't because it makes it way harder and it tells our nervous system that we're stressed, we're in fight or flight. And we're not. We're just holding a balancing posture in yoga. It's just yoga. So now that you've found a sense of calmness here, we'll do that all again on the opposite side. So you know where we're going this time. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, hands to prayer, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Option again to go through a vinyasa. You can drop your knees, you can keep your knees high as you come down towards your chest. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, as lazily, as slowly as you like, find your downward facing dog. Incredible. Just 2 more breaths here. Dropping your right knee towards the mat, opening up towards the long side, stepping your left foot back. We're in our side plank. Raise the arm up, all the way up and above the head, finding that arc in the spine. Pushing the world away with that right palm. And the next time you inhale, crunching your knee towards your elbow. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, push the world away, find space. Moving through that planes of movement, activating those glutes. And then this time to hold it there in that crunch position. 3, 2, 1. Stepping that left foot all the way towards the top of the mat, realigning your back foot so that you're finding your lunge, tucking the back toes. We're stepping into a high lunge once more. Exhale, cactus in the arms, keep a bend within that back knee. Inhale, push the world away. You can straighten the front knee slightly as you bend into it and find a little bit more depth. Moving through here. The next time you come all the way up, dropping your right palm down towards your side, bending over towards the right. Find your side angle. Little bit of a stretch here for the side body. Looking down towards the mat, twisting into our wide-legged forward fold. And again, you can find some mini Skandasanas here. Our hips may be a little bit more awake now. They may be feeling lovely and juicy, hopefully, as we've moved into them. This is our final round, so make the most of it. Coming into your wide-legged forward fold here once more, dropping your head and neck. Feel that lovely stretch as you find depth within your spine and your vertebrae start to open. Placing your left arm down, right arm goes all the way up, stacking of the shoulders, proud chest as you open all the way up to the sky or the ceiling if you're inside. And on the exhale, thread the needle actively, twisting towards the left. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, twist. Notice how the stretch moves between each hip as we move through our thread the needle variation. And this time to hold. Holding onto your shin, looking over towards the left. Can you send your breath into your back? Breathing between that little point in between your shoulder blades. Placing your right arm down, can you push the world away, opening, twisting towards the left. Hopefully this time it feels like you've got a little bit more space to open up the shoulders, open up the chest. And on the exhale, that thread the needle actively towards the opposite side. Keep going, moving through our flow here. You're doing amazing. This time to hold. Holding onto the shin. If it feels good, you can find a bind, or you can simply stay exactly where you are. If this is completely enough and this feels good for you, there is no need to push it further. Bringing your hand back down towards the mat, push the world away, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold as slowly as you can, dropping your head and neck towards the mat. Soften within your shoulders, within your elbows, within your knees. Can you tension check the body here and just find any areas of tension that's creeping up, whether it's in the neck or the shoulders, and just find a little bit of softness here. Your next inhale, coming all the way up, roll your vertebrae one at a time, chin to chest. Your head should be the last thing to come all the way up on the inhale. And on the exhale, finding your warrior two, you're twisting your front foot to face the front of the mat, looking over your left arm. Actually, I'm reversed, so this is my right arm. This is your right arm, my left. We'll get there. On the inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. And then bringing your elbow towards your knee, finding your side angle. Cartwheeling the arms all the way up to find your warrior two. Reverse, enjoy the back bend here, don't rush through it. Bringing your elbow towards your knee once more to find that side angle, actively pushing towards your back foot. Push into the mat so that you can find one long line of energy here as you stretch. Cartwheeling the arms up again. Find your warrior two. Reverse. This time to move into your half moon so you can step your back foot a little bit further forward if it feels good. Actively charge through your front foot as you float your back foot here. Option to open up the chest as well, if you find the balance, and then dropping your foot towards the back of the mat to find your warrior two once more. Reverse, and then floating that back foot to find your half moon on your left hand side. Welcome the wobbles, the wiggles. We all have a side that's better than the other. Don't worry. And then bringing your back foot all the way to meet your front foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms go high. And exhale, throw your arms down. Inhale, raising up, and exhale. Breathing out, sighing out, throwing away all that negative energy. Any energy that doesn't serve you, inhale. And then exhale any energy that you don't need. We can just throw it away. Bringing your hands to prayer. And just find a little bit of centering. How's your breath feeling? How's your heart feeling at this moment? Is it beating a little faster as we've moved through our practice? We've moved through our thoracic spine and we've jiggled our energy around, so it's always good to throw out any unwanted energy that doesn't serve us anymore. On your next inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, taking your left foot and bringing it over to crossing it behind your right, and then forward fold here. Walking your hands over towards the right. You feel a little bit more of a stretch, dropping your head and neck here. Walking your hands back over to center, unhook your feet, and we'll do that on the opposite side. So hooking your right foot behind your left, walking your hands over towards the left this time. Feel one long line of energy from your neck, down each of your vertebrae, into your lumbar spine. Walking your hands all the way back to center, unhooking your feet, halfway lift here. Exhale, melt, fold down as slowly as you can. You can grab both elbows here and just ragdoll it out. Placing your hands back to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet slowly towards the back of the mat. You can take your knees down slightly wider than the mat as you come into child's pose, forehead all the way onto the mat. We're slowing it down. Can you feel gravity like a blanket on your back between your shoulder blades as your chest drops deeper and deeper into the mat? Just 2 more breaths like that. In your own space, in your own time. And the next time you inhale, push the weight into your palms. Ripple and roll your spine all the way forward. You're coming all the way onto your chest, leaning on your forearms, and find your Sphinx pose here. Once we're in Sphinx, can you push into your forearms to find a little bit of a back bend and soften. Looking over your right shoulder, back to center, over your left shoulder, back to center once more. And placing your arms slightly wider than the mat here, you want to tent your fingertips, bringing them in line with your shoulders. On the inhale, push the world away, raising your chest up, and on the exhale, dropping your left ear towards the mat. Find a twist there. Enjoy that stretch in between your shoulders, in your neck. And then inhale, back to center, and exhale, dropping your right ear towards the mat, looking over your left shoulder. One more time on each side, in your own time, your own breath. Twisting over towards the right, and then over towards the left. Placing your hands back down by your chest. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. On the exhale, coming back into all fours position. However you get there is totally fine. You can tuck your toes, come into your downward facing dog, and then step your right foot forward into your pigeon. Walk your pigeon up first, so keeping your spine straight. On the inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, you can just slowly melt over your front knee. You can stay on your forearms, you can stay on your hands if this feels good. You can drop your forehead to the mat if you want to. Feel that opening towards the hips and the glutes as they begin to soften. Can you send your breath into any areas that feel like they have a lot of tension? Can you intentionally tell those areas to soften? It's not about forcing yourself into a specific posture. It's about tapping into your nervous system and telling it that you're okay, that you're safe here. Inhale, pushing into the palms, tucking your back toe, stepping back into your downward facing dog, and then bringing your left leg all the way forward. Find your pigeon on the opposite side. Again, find length within the spine first, perhaps a mini back bend. And then on the exhale, we melt forward, coming down, 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 as we feel gravity weighing down on us. Our glutes and our hips start to open over time. We're not forcing, we're just softening. tuning into your body and doing what feels good for you in this moment. Connecting to yourself and listening to what your body needs. When you're ready, walking your arms up slightly, leaning over towards the left and bringing your back foot all the way to the front of the mat. We're going to lower down, coming onto our back. Some final stretches here, so bringing your right leg all the way in towards you, circling through the ankle here, just circling one way and the other. And stepping your left foot on the mat, find your figure four, so you're hooking your right foot onto your left knee, interlacing your hands behind your left thigh, and slowly pulling in towards you, just slightly, just enough so you can feel that glute stretch within your right glute. Softening the shoulders here, keeping your back flat towards the mat. Your head is resting on the mat. Placing your left foot down, straightening your left leg and finding a twist. So your left hand is coming onto your right knee as you twist over towards the left and opening up your arm all the way towards the right so you can look towards it, finding a twist towards the left. Feel a sense of your shoulders staying on the mat as your left knee draws closer and closer towards the ground. Coming all the way back up to center. Placing your right foot on the mat, bringing your left ankle towards your left knee. Apologies, we'll bring our left knee in first. Just find a little bit of a stretch there as you rotate your ankle towards the left and the right. And then we'll step our right foot towards the mat and our left ankle onto our right knee. Interlace the palms behind your right thigh. Draw your thigh in towards you. Oh, that feels like a lovely stretch on my left glute. When you're ready in your own time, bringing your right foot down towards the mat, straightening your right leg and bringing your left knee all the way in to meet you, placing your right hand onto your left knee, twisting over towards the right. We're looking over towards the left. Notice how your breath may feel a little bit constricted here as you twist. Can you send your breath into any space you can find within your spine, within your back? And then when you're ready, bringing your left leg all the way back to the mat, dropping your left foot all the way down, finding your final resting spot, which is our final Shavasana. If you are new to yoga, this is where you have the absolute acceptance to do absolutely nothing here. It's a moment to just take in all of the practice and thank your body for everything that it's just done. Softening here, you can tension check the body. Starting from the crown of your head, can you relax between the eyebrows? Relax your jaw, your chin, your neck and shoulders. Feel the mat drawing up to meet you as it touches your lower back. Feel your hips getting softer, your calves and your heels drawing you down. With every exhale, just softening here. Take a moment just to tune in to yourself. Before even moving, just notice your breath. Come back into your body from wherever you've just been. And you can slowly find a little bit of movement within your fingertips, within your toes. And then bringing the arms all the way up and above the head for a big stretch. Like you're waking up in the morning, pushing your arms away from you and your toes away from you in opposite directions. And then rolling over onto your favorite side and coming up into a seated position. Once you've found a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed for just a moment, just come back to whatever it was that brought you here today. And thank yourself for giving yourself this time to just truly tune into yourself, to ask yourself those questions that we never have the luxury of asking ourselves. How are we feeling? How are we breathing? How are we moving? And can we do all of that with just a little bit more intention and connection to ourselves? Taking one more inhale with me and raising the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, hands to prayer, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you are still here, if you made it to the end, I am so, so grateful that you are. And I hope you feel lovely after that practice. Please let me know in the comments how it made you feel, or if you would like to see anything different from me. I will try to upload a little bit more content in the future, so bear with me. Hopefully it will get a little bit better each time I do this. But thank you so, so much for being here. Namaste.